First of all, I want you to pardon the noise. I'm kind of out and about right now, and I'm near a shipyard, and there are a lot of mechanical noises and things going on. So if you hear something that sounds like a siren or a loud beep, that's where I am. But see, I do my inspiration based on where I am and how I feel, and I had another one come to me in regards to business, because I touched on that in a previous video about people conducting poor business. Let me go into detail about that. Let's say you know somebody who started a business, okay? And when you start a business, you're busy all the time. You're making a lot of sacrifices, you're making moves, you're trying to contact people, and you're trying to build up your business. You're trying to build up your product, you're trying to build up your service so that you can make people interested in them. But the mistake that a lot of people make is they try to hype up their business to the point that they can provide more than they can actually provide. They may not have the manpower or the supplies to do it, but they're so desperate for that customer, for that client, that they're willing to tell them anything. And see, that's where the problems come in. You as a business person have to understand, whether it's a side hustle or whether you have one location or several locations, communication to customers is key. Your customers are your bread and butter for this particular business. So what you need to do is have an honest approach and be personable. Don't sit here and promise a product or a service within a certain period of time, knowing full well that you can't deliver. And in the event of the odd case that you can't deliver, communicate with the customer what the problem is. And be ready to compensate them for whatever it is they are trying to get. Be prepared to compensate them, If you lose the sale as a result, that's the way it is in business sometimes. Sometimes you're not going to get the sale right away. And don't get me wrong, there are some difficult customers. You can't satisfy them no matter what. But the thing is, don't promise a product or a service by a certain time and don't give it to them, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. That potential customer, not only did you lose them, you wind up just damaging your own reputation, because that person is going to go to every single person in earshot and tell them how shitty your service is, how shitty your product is. So you got to be very, very careful. That's how come I've said before, business is your baby. It is your baby. Even if you're just a hustle man on the corner and that's the way you make your bread, when you're dealing with people, you got to be able to understand. And you got to be ready to deliver your product or your service in a timely fashion and in good quality. And if you're not prepared to do that, don't do it. I run into people every single day that say they got a business and everything, and the minute I ask them where the website is to order anything, oh, I don't have a website yet, you can go to my Facebook page. Then when I go to their Facebook page, it's not even for their business, it's a personal page. Guys, you can set up a Facebook page for your business, exactly for your business. You can do that. Don't turn around and tell me that you sell t-shirts and you want me to buy from you. And when I ask you for your website, you don't have a website, you don't have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn, a Shopify, Etsy. You don't have anything. I'm not giving you my money. Because what I can do is I can go on Google and I can look up products similar to that t-shirt you're wearing, and I'm willing to bet you that somebody in this world is selling the same one and they have a shop to go to. I want a receipt. This is my first time doing business with you. You're coming out here, you're going to all the seminars and the workshops and everything else, promoting yourself as a business, passing out the little $10 business cards that you get from Vistaprint for printing 100, because anybody can do that. And you trying to get clientele. And then all of a sudden when the orders come in, you can't handle it. You can't do that. You have to be prepared. It requires a certain amount of planning. And you could turn around and shoot yourself in the foot by not being able to deliver. That's one thing. Another thing you can do as far as messing up your business is concerned is that you can wind up losing business once you start changing the terms and the setup of your business. Let's say, for instance, you opened up a clothing store and you're open from 10 to 6, 7 days a week. For a while, you got people coming in and you might have slow days here and there. That's the way it is with retail. But then you turn right around, because you saw the first or second quarter earnings and they weren't very much. You decide you're going to change your hours to tailor to the days that you have the most business. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. All of a sudden, those days that you claim you have most business, you're going to start losing business. And then all of a sudden, the days that you weren't that you were open before, you're not open, you're going to have a demand for the product. You see what I mean? It's like back in the day, you know, if you ever had a show that came on TV and they were a hit, they hit the Nielsen ratings top 10 on this particular night and time, but then the following season a new show comes along and the producers of the show decide they're going to start switching the time slot. See, you lose viewers when you do that, when you start switching the time slots all the time, and then eventually the ratings go down because the viewers can't find you in order to consume their content, and then the ratings go down, and when the ratings go down, eventually you get canceled. That's what happens. And it's the same thing in business. So what you have to do is, in business, you have to be consistent and decide what you're going to do. In retail, you're going to have slow periods and you're going to have fast periods. The best thing to do is, if you're not sure you're going to be, what days you're going to be making that much money, is don't make yourself available 7 days a week for people. Just do it limited hours and gradually build yourself up as you get the clientele. Just a tip. But I just wanted to give those things out to you, because some people are going out here saying they're business people, and they're chasing clout and chasing money and everything else, but they're spending more time trying to promote the business than they are trying to provide a decent product or service. So I just want to keep that in mind, help you keep that in mind. And again, sorry for the noise, I'm outside. But just stay tuned to the channel. I can't talk today, I'm in a rush. Stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for your support thus far, and I'll talk to you next time.